Welcome to 32 and 32, where we count down.
Anyway, that's beside the point. At the end of the day, it's a business.
If you're the Rams, you are officially coming off the absolute worst performance in the Super Bowl ever. I think Robert Kraft is peas in someone else's pod.
I mean, y'all Super Bowl wins are so old. I mean, the rings are probably to dust right now. So,
Not about the Eagles today. We're talking about the Bears.
Yeah. So, as usual, let's take a look first at their free agent signings. Thanks for watching, folks. That is today's analysis of the Minnesota Vikings. Welcome to 32 and 32, where we cover 32 NFL teams in 32 days, all leading up to the season opener on Thursday Night Football. Today's team is
The Cleveland Browns. I've been waiting to cover this team. Been waiting.
if there has been a winner of free agency and a draft, Cleveland is it.
Definitely.
They have, without a doubt, been the most aggressive and most exciting team to watch this offseason. And this is coming on the heels of a team that went from 0 to 7 in 1 year.
And it's obvious. John Dorsey came to this franchise on a mission.
And that's not mediocrity.
No, his mission is domination and greatness. That is his mission. And just look at their offense. I mean, on paper, because I haven't seen the Browns team in action yet. On paper, this is a stack. This Browns team is completely stacked. Both sides of the ball. I mean, offensively, you got Baker Mayfield. You have David Njoku at tight end, who's emerged as one of the better young tight ends in the league. You got Jarvis Landry. You got Odell Beckham. Now, on that, according to Freddie Kitchens, Antonio Callaway has made some noise in camp this season. You also have Nick Chubb, who had a stellar rookie season at running back last season. You got Duke Johnson in the backfield. Not only that, you got Kareem Hunt, who was the leading rusher for the Kansas City Chiefs. He'll be serving 8-game suspension, but in those 8 games, the Browns can make their money in those 8 games. Just imagine how much more dangerous this offense can be.
Yeah, I know.
Defensively, you got Myles Garrett, you got Olivier Vernon, you got Sheldon Richardson, you got Denzel Ward. No, on the side, his running man at corner, guess who they got? They got Greedy Williams from LSU.
So let's take a look. Free agent acquisitions. Obviously, they traded for Odell Beckham Jr. and Olivier Vernon, but they also signed safety Morgan Burnett. They got Demetrius Harris at tight end, Eric Murray at safety, Sheldon Richardson, defensive tackle, and Brian Witzman, offensive line. And they're also in the running for recently released Gerald McCoy.
That's just this Browns team will be toxic, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm meaning like you're looking at a team with toxic capabilities. No, wait, I take that back. You're looking at a team with nuclear capabilities. They can be that, I wouldn't say that buzzsaw that everybody would have to run into if you want to be successful. Like, in the past couple of years in the NFC, the buzzsaw, has been like, the New Orleans Saints or the LA Rams. No, like, this Browns team is a straight nuke bomb that you do not want to run into.
Yeah. Reminds me of Nuclear Man from Superman 4.
Shut up. or maybe Fat Man from World War II.
Anyway, so the Browns obviously had one hell of a offseason with their free agents acquisitions and their trades. They're now one of the most loaded teams out there. I think they're still a little bit overhyped as far as making a Super Bowl appearance this year goes.
Yeah, Greedy Williams kind of put his foot in his mouth when he said that this team can go to the Super Bowl. Which, look, I like the ambition. I like the the spirit. But I mean, you're looking at the Browns team. Yeah, they got a lot of these new players. They're pretty stacked. But you gotta give these guys time to build chemistry.
Yeah, that's the big thing is building chemistry this season, especially with some of the acquisitions like Odell Beckham Jr.,
who's quite the diva.
He is. Yeah, the question is team chemistry and whether you can balance the egos of Landry, Beckham, and Mayfield.
Well, not only that, but like we said, on paper, this team is loaded. They are stacked. But then again, we've seen teams that are stacked on paper, but they really don't pan out to be, what we expect. You look at the LA Rams defense from last season. Before last season, we were like, on paper, this is the best defense in the league. They had Ndamukong Suh, Aqib Talib, Marcus Peters. They added Dante Fowler. And then next thing you know, this defense had probably the worst rushing defense in the league, giving up a league high of like 5 yards per carry, which was worse than the league. And so like this is like they're like the window for the Browns to really make noise in this league is now. And they have to really, one thing they got to really work on, and not only that, this is Freddie Kitchens' first NFL head coaching job, which honestly, I felt the Cleveland Browns should have kept Greg Williams as the head coach since, I mean, Greg Williams got thrown in there when Hugh Jackson and Todd Haley both got fired at pretty much the same time. And he wins 7 games after Hugh Jackson only won y'all 1 game in 2 seasons. So I really felt that Greg Williams should have been the full-time head coach, just the way he handled the pressure of being the interim head coach and the situation that he was thrown into. And I felt that Freddie Kitchens should have stayed at offensive coordinator. That way he could be a little bit more personal, a little bit more one-on-one with Baker Mayfield. Because I could tell that there is a good relationship between Kitchens and Mayfield. But I feel that if you want to keep that close one-on-one relationship, keep Kitchens at offensive coordinator. But then again, I mean, John Dorsey sees things that I don't. So maybe there's something that the Browns are really brewing up in Cleveland.
Huh. So let's take a look real quick at their drafts. They didn't pick until the second round, which they got Gritty Williams at second round, and then Simone, I can never pronounce his name.
Zion Takotaki.
Yeah.
I tried.
A linebacker, Celdrick Redwine, safety, Mac Wilson, Austin.
Linebacker Mac Wilson.
Yeah.
Mac Wilson, that's a guy to watch out for. He's actually a guy that I have on my list to be Defensive Rookie of the Year. That's a guy to watch out for.
Kicker, Austin Siebert, Drew Forbes at guard, and then Donnie Lewis at cornerback.
Look out for Mac Wilson. I mean, he's going to be in the linebacking in core with Olivier Vernon, and I really feel that Mac Wilson's going to make a lot of noise, and he's going to make an immediate impact for the Browns on defense.
Yeah, I definitely like the Mac Wilson signing or draft pick, and I thought Grady Williams was a steal for them in the second round.
And I really thought Mac Wilson was drafted a lot later than what I thought. I really thought he was going to be maybe an early to mid-second round guy, but he wasn't drafted to what 5th round?
Fourth round pick, I think.
4th round, I think. But, I mean, Mac Wilson, I feel that was a steal right there. And Mac Wilson, I mean, I've been keeping up with him since Nick Saban just had him on the special teams. Remember when they played Texas A&M when the Aggies had Speedy Noyle? Mac Wilson laid him out. Mac Wilson almost murdered him on a kick return. And just ever since that hit, I've just been keeping with Mac Wilson and just his progression through the years in Nick Saban's defense.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. And they seem to focus in the draft on the areas that I would say would be the biggest question marks, and that was like cornerback, opposite of Denzel Ward. They tried to address the safety position after shipping Jabril Peppers to the New York Giants in the Odell Beckham trade. And then linebacker, which is another area of concern for Cleveland.
Well, they answered the bell on all positions. And defensive line, I mean, they already pretty much said defensive line. You got Myles Garrett, who has been a pretty good fit for that defense, and then you add Sheldon Richardson, who's had a couple good quality seasons at being a defensive tackle. But I mean, I would say their ceiling, to be honest, and I might be going a little too high when I say this, but this is the type of confidence I have in this Browns team. I would say their ceiling would probably be around, I would say 12-4. That would be their ceiling.
I like 11-5.
I was kind of thinking that too, but I'm being a little generous at 12-4. Now their floor, I would probably say 7-9, 8-8.
I go 8-8. I don't see them taking a step back from last season.
I like it. Agreed. High five.
All right, that is our preseason review of the Cleveland Browns, who are in the process of making one of the probably the best turnarounds as far as
in NFL history.
NFL history. And I cannot wait to watch the Browns next year, and I can't believe I'm saying that. But that is it for today. Tomorrow is
Dallas. Oh, Dallas.
Yeah.
We can't be biased. We gotta be realists about this.
Well, thanks for tuning in. See you tomorrow.
Check you later.